Hi friends, it's Linda, Richter Stitcher. We are up at the lake this weekend and I figured since I missed a day of my craft room challenge, I would share a little bit of where we spend our weekends. I don't know if I've ever shared the garage with everyone, but it's a 30 by 30 and there's a lot in here as well, like my craft room at home. It's kind of silly, but we have a golf cart over behind here. We'll go around that way in a minute. But this is, let me see if I can turn the camera around, if this will let me. I don't think it will. I'll just have to turn slowly. So you can kind of see the doors over here. So it's just, from the outside, it looks just like a garage. Last year when we were thinking about building a house here, we brought a lot of these boxes over here from my house in Frisco, and we just keep that on the wall. And then if I keep going along the side, things that you would see in a garage, but we have to have supplies, so I have some canned goods and extra clothes, coffee maker, just kitchen supplies and food, bathroom toiletries, things like that, and then more garage stuff, ladders. We've actually got a treadmill or a stepper exerciser over there. Some of this stuff, like the dock box over here, that'll go down to the slip where we have a boat, which if I go to the window over here, let me see if I can do this, kind of backwards here. This is the neighborhood out here. If you just go down the road, down there, it's about 5 minutes down the road, you get to the lake. So we just take the golf cart usually. Got a little table over here. I've got things decorated for the 4th of July up here. I haven't done it at my house yet. I even have a little seat for my grandbaby when she comes. She sits here. A lot of the decor on the top of the fridge and stuff will go to the lake. And then I have a little bookshelf over here. The bookshelf used to be in my craft room at home, but it was way too crowded and I was trying to get rid of the wood color, so that's why I went all teal. The bins behind the bookshelf all go to the dock. The boat used to be in here, but now that it's summer, we got it back into the slip. And way up there, we have a kayak and the bikes we bought back from our house. And then we built the bathroom over there. We'll go there in a minute. But we have to sleep here on the weekends, so we bought a futon bed. It's a queen size. Got it all decorated for the 4th, as well as a little fireplace that we purchased. So this is kind of where we spend our weekends. Some of the decor on the walls we had at the slip that we were in before we moved out. So when we moved everything out of that slip, we decorated it here, and my husband put lights up, just ambient. We have a mini split system in here for the AC, as well as heat in the winter, and then we have a little heater over there in the corner if we need it, but we haven't really had to use it yet. My husband has worked here before from work, so he has, of course, his desk and things like that here. I have a little end table here with my sewing supplies, threads, cutters, iron, mini iron, things like that are all in there. My cutting mat and things are back down there on the floor here. We're packing up to go back home today, so I have my bags on the couch. But this couch used to be in my craft room in Frisco. But we brought it up here and use it here. I sit on it and sew or put my table that I recently got from Lost in Stitches. Lisa had shown that on her floss tube, so it comes in handy for my computer, or I can actually put my sewing machine that I have here, my Kenmore. It sits on this table perfect. The height is good. I can sew something if I need to. I've got my cross-stitch supplies. One of my cross-stitch pieces I brought up here, Lake Life, but I keep my stand and my, sorry if I'm going crooked. My stand and my DMC holder is here, little sewing box. I'm actually going to sew a button on this. This is one of my first cross-stitch pieces that I made for my mother-in-law. I think we're backwards, but that's okay. Just says, "There's no place like home except Grandma's." And the button had fallen off, and it was still on there, tucked in there when I found it when we were cleaning out their house. So I need to sew the button back on, the little yellow button that'll go on there, and that'll be one of my first fully finished objects. And the button is right here. It's a little yellow button. So I'm going to do that today before we leave and call that a finish. I'll have a little pillow to decorate in my craft room at home. Other than that, I can go around over here and share. Like I said, there's a little refrigerator. We got a mini fridge. We bought that first thinking it would be big enough, but as much time as we spend out here, we decided to go ahead and get a regular size refrigerator. This is just a card table with 2 chairs, because the tables and chairs set that I have in my other house, there were 6 chairs, and we never usually use 6, and that kitchen's a little small for 6 chairs, so we brought 2 of the chairs up here, and then this little club chair my husband found. It used to be in his office, and it's gotten moved around different places, and we just decided to bring it up here. It makes a perfect booster seat for grandbaby, like I mentioned. This is just I don't know what you call it, workshop, craftsman, but I keep my dishes and stuff in there. Supplies, coffee cups, cookware, things like that, silverware in the top drawer. And then, like I said, the mini fridge. So it's a one-room room, so I thought I'd just share. Then, of course, my husband has to have his little tools. He's Mr. Fixer, so a lot of his stuff is over here that we need supplies at the lot or out and about at the slip. And I took over 2 of the shelves. Those are his tools. But then we have, of course, the grills, the toaster ovens, the skillets, my little supply of spices. Then we got a microwave over here. I got to be careful. I can't have like the toaster oven and the microwave going at the same time, because sometimes I'll blow a fuse. But I have a couple coffee things here also. The Keurig, as well as my grinder that I use when I make my coffees. Salt and pepper, just things that you use in the kitchen. Waters, trash bags, supplies, all that kind of stuff. We just have to have a little bit of everything, I guess. This is currently where I use just one of these little sinks to wash my dishes. I got a little dish pan over on the other wall that I bring, so things can get washed up. We added this, I don't know what they call it, the heater, water heater. It's instant hot water, so my husband put that in. I was very, very surprised. You know, some people can't do things, you have to get a plumber, but he is very handy. And then, as you'll see, the bathroom. We pretty much built this. We had someone come in and do the electrical, but other than that, we bought the supplies, you know, at Home Depot or Lowe's, and we just kind of, you know, the lights and the tin roof, and we put it all in, and we had someone paint for us, but after the electrical got in and stuff, that's kind of what we ended up doing. We bought a kit for the shower, put the shower in. If you go back on some of my pages, I think Facebook and things, you'll see the process of us putting the floor in, etc. and all the towel bars and just things that you have to have in the bathroom. A little bit of decor. We found those shelves for the towels and just open shelving, but it works. So this is where we spend our weekends. I mean, I can share outside as well, so you can see kind of what it looks like outside. Some of the some of the garage area is, I spend my time in here. Husband's right now at the slip. We're getting electricity put out there today, so we can plug things in down there where the boat's at. But I'll share with you outside here. Let's go ahead and unlock the door. Ooh, it's bright and sunny today. Pretty warm. Got a little bit of, this is where we were thinking of putting the house, right here, but we're going to wait a few years till closer to retirement. We were in the process and price just kept going up and up and up. But got our chairs out here. This time of day the sun's out, so we kind of don't come and sit out here. So, and then in the back, I can share that with you. Well, I can show you the front real quick. Whoop, got spider webs everywhere. This is the front, those doors that I had mentioned. So we had this cement poured for the driveway, and it's a dirt road, but we're out kind of in the country. Someday we're hoping maybe a log cabin, we'll see. And then that property there isn't ours. We're hoping we're kind of keeping an eye on it. Maybe someday we'll be able to purchase it, who knows. If not, maybe somebody will tear that down and build something. But back here with all these trees, on the other side of that is Lake Texoma. We always dream of being able to see the water where we're at, but not here locally. We're up way too high and the trees are way too dense. So we had the septic put in, as well as our water pump for a hose. So currently we have our 2 trailers, the boat trailers back here, as well as another trailer to store and haul things back and forth. And the mini split and the grill are over here. And we got another back door of the garage there, so we can drive all the way through. So that's kind of what I wanted to share. Nice little patio for us to sit on. Evenings are nice. The sun's all over the house, so it gets nice out here. And I just love listening to the birds and the sounds out here. It's just lovely. So that's what I wanted to share today. Sorry I didn't record enough of my great craft room cleanup, but I'll get back at it tomorrow, and we will talk to you later.